There's a berry that has 12 times more vitamin C than an orange. 12 times? It survives temperatures of -40 degrees Fahrenheit. It grows in soil so poor that nothing else will touch it. It fixes nitrogen from the air like a legume. And it's been used as medicine for over 1,000 years in multiple ancient civilizations. NASA studied it for space missions. The Soviets gave it to their cosmonauts. Genghis Khan's army carried it on their conquests. Tibetan monks call it the holy fruit of the Himalayas. And almost nobody in the West is growing it. This is sea buckthorn, one of the most nutritionally dense, environmentally resilient plants on Earth. And the knowledge of how to use it was almost lost to the Western world. Welcome to Lost Green Knowledge, where we recover the agricultural wisdom humanity forgot. Today, we're recovering the secrets of a berry so powerful that ancient medicine systems built entire healing traditions around it. Because what I'm about to show you challenges everything modern agriculture taught us about what makes a valuable crop. Let me start with a number that should make every gardener pay attention. 12 times the vitamin C of an orange. Let that sink in. 100 grams of orange contains about 50 milligrams of vitamin C. 100 grams of sea buckthorn contain 600 milligrams. Some varieties go even higher, up to 1,500 milligrams per 100 grams in certain cultivars. That's not just impressive, that's extraordinary. Sea buckthorn contains one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C found in any plant on Earth. Only camu, and certain rosehips rival it. But vitamin C is just the beginning. Sea buckthorn is one of the few plants that contains omega-7 fatty acids, a rare beneficial fat that most people have never even heard of. It contains all 4 omega fatty acids, omega-23, omega-6, omega-7, and omega-9. Name another plant that can claim that. It's loaded with vitamin E, vitamin K, carotenoids, flavonoids, and over 100 bioactive compounds. The antioxidant content is so high that sea buckthorn oil doesn't go rancid the way most plant oils do. Traditional Chinese medicine has used sea buckthorn for over 1,200 years. Tibetan medicine considers it one of the most important medicinal plants. Ancient Greek physicians used it to treat horses. The scientific name Hippophae rhamnoides literally means shining horse, because horses fed sea buckthorn developed glossy, healthy coats. Genghis Khan's warriors carried dried sea buckthorn berries on their campaigns across Asia. Soviet cosmonauts were given sea buckthorn to protect against radiation exposure in space. Russian Olympic athletes consumed it to improve performance and recovery. This isn't some obscure folk remedy with no scientific backing. Over 300 peer-reviewed studies have been published on sea buckthorn in the last few decades. Research confirms what traditional medicine knew for centuries. This plant has legitimate, measurable health benefits. And yet, if you walk into a typical American grocery store, you won't find it. If you visit a typical garden center, they won't stock it. If you ask most gardeners about sea buckthorn, they'll look at you like you're speaking another language. So, what happened? How did such a remarkable plant remain so obscure in the West? The answer is complicated, but it comes down to 3 things: timing, taste, and industrial agriculture. First, timing. Sea buckthorn never had its moment in the Western spotlight. Unlike goji berries or acai, which had massive marketing pushes in the 2000s, sea buckthorn never got that boost. It remained a niche product known mainly to herbalists and foragers. Second, taste. Sea buckthorn berries are intensely sour and astringent when raw. The flavor is complex, citrusy, tart, almost tropical, with hints of pineapple and mango, but incredibly sharp. You don't just pop these in your mouth like blueberries. They require processing into juice, jam, or oil to be palatable. That processing requirement made sea buckthorn less attractive to commercial agriculture. Fresh berries that need to be processed immediately don't fit the modern food system built around shipping fresh produce long distances. Third, industrial agriculture didn't know what to do with a plant that's covered in thorns, has separate male and female plants, takes a few years to reach full production, and produces berries that must be processed quickly after harvest. It's not a simple crop. It requires knowledge and commitment. But here's the thing, we're now in an era where those obstacles don't matter as much. Home gardeners and small farms can grow sea buckthorn successfully. The processing can be done at home or at small scale. And the nutritional and environmental benefits are so significant that the challenges become worthwhile. The knowledge was almost lost in the West, but it's being recovered, and you're part of that recovery right now. Let me tell you what makes sea buckthorn so remarkable from a growing perspective, because this plant is genuinely special. Sea buckthorn is a nitrogen-fixing shrub. Like legumes, it forms a symbiotic relationship with soil bacteria that pull nitrogen from the air and convert it into a form plants can use. This means sea buckthorn improves the soil as it grows. Plant it in poor soil, and over time, that soil gets better, not worse. It's incredibly cold hardy. We're talking -40 degrees Fahrenheit without protection. It's native to the Himalayas and the steppes of Central Asia, where winters are brutal. If you live in a cold climate where many fruit crops struggle, sea buckthorn thrives. Drought tolerance, exceptional. Once established, sea buckthorn has deep roots that access water other plants can't reach. In its native range, it survives with minimal rainfall. It's commonly used for erosion control on steep slopes and degraded land precisely because it's so tough. It tolerates poor soil, sandy soil, rocky soil, alkaline soil. Sea buckthorn doesn't care. It actually prefers well-drained lean soil over rich, fertile ground. This makes it perfect for marginal land that you wouldn't use for other crops. Salt tolerance is remarkable. Sea buckthorn can grow near coastlines where salt spray would damage most plants. It's been used successfully in coastal restoration projects. And it's nearly pest and disease-free. No major pests target sea buckthorn in most regions. No devastating diseases sweep through plantings. You're not spraying, not constantly monitoring, not fighting problems. The plant just grows. So, you've got a nitrogen-fixing, cold-hardy, tolerant, poor-soil-loving, salt-tolerant, pest-free plant that produces berries with 12 times the vitamin C of oranges and a full spectrum of omega fatty acids. Why isn't everyone growing this? The challenges are real, but they're not insurmountable. Let me be honest about what you're dealing with. First, thorns. See, buckthorn is covered in sharp thorns. Harvesting requires care and usually gloves. This is why many commercial growers harvest by cutting entire branches and freezing them, then shaking the frozen berries off. It's not gentle work. Second, dioecious plants. See, buckthorn has separate male and female plants. Only female plants produce berries. You need both to get fruit, typically one male for every 6 to 8 females. This means you're dedicating space to non-fruiting plants. Third, time to production. See, buckthorn typically takes 3 to 4 years to begin fruiting and 5 to 6 years to reach full production. This isn't an annual crop. You're making a long-term commitment. Fourth, berry processing. The raw berries are too sour and astringent for most people to eat fresh. You'll be making juice, jam, syrup, or extracting oil. This requires equipment and time. And fifth, the flavor is acquired, even processed. Sea buckthorn has a distinctive sharp tart, tropical flavor that some people love and others find too intense. It's not universally appealing like strawberries or blueberries. These are the reasons sea buckthorn never became mainstream. But here's what changed. We're rediscovering that the best foods aren't always the easiest ones. We're learning that truly nutritious, sustainable crops often require more knowledge and effort. We're recovering the understanding that some plants are worth the challenge. And sea buckthorn absolutely falls into that category. Let me walk you through what it actually takes to grow sea buckthorn, because it's more accessible than you might think. You need space. Sea buckthorn grows into a large shrub or small tree, typically 8 to 12 feet tall and 6 to 8 feet wide. Space plants 10 to 12 feet apart. This isn't a container plant. This is a landscape plant. You need to buy both male and female plants. One male can pollinate 6 to 8 females. The male flowers in spring before the females, releasing pollen that wind carries to the female flowers. No bees required. This is wind-pollinated plant in spring or fall in well-drained soil. Sea buckthorn hates wet feet. If you have clay soil, plant on a mound or berm to improve drainage. Full sun is best, though it tolerates partial shade. Water regularly the first year while plants establish. After that, you can basically ignore them. They're drought tolerant once the roots go deep. Don't fertilize heavily. See, buckthorn is a nitrogen fixer that prefers lean soil. Too much fertilizer, especially nitrogen, causes excessive leafy growth at the expense of berries. Pruning is minimal. Remove dead wood and any branches growing into the center of the bush to maintain air circulation. That's about it. See, buckthorn doesn't require elaborate pruning like fruit trees. Harvest in late summer to early fall when berries are bright orange and fully colored. Here's where you have options. You can handpick individual berries if you're patient and have good gloves. You can cut entire berry-laden branches, freeze them, and shake the berries off. Or you can use specialized harvesting tools, combs, or shaking devices designed for sea buckthorn. The harvest window is fairly long. Berries will hang on the plant for several weeks, giving you time to process them in batches. Processing is where sea buckthorn shows its versatility. You're not limited to one use. For juice, crush the berries and strain out seeds and skin. The juice is incredibly tart. Think intensified orange juice mixed with passion fruit. Most people dilute it or sweeten it. A small amount of sea buckthorn juice added to other fruit juices boosts nutrition dramatically. For jam or syrup, cook the berries with sugar. The pectin content is high, so jam sets well. Sea buckthorn jam has a unique tropical flavor that pairs beautifully with yogurt, toast, or cheese. For oil extraction, this gets more complex. Sea buckthorn produces two types of oil, seed oil and berry oil. Seed oil is extracted from the small seeds and is rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Berry oil comes from the fruit pulp and is incredibly rich in omega-7 and carotenoids, giving it a distinctive orange color. Home extraction of oil is possible using a cold press method, but most people buy commercially extracted sea buckthorn oil for medicinal use. The berries themselves, though, can be dried and used in teas or frozen whole for later processing. Dried berries can be ground into powder and added to smoothies, oatmeal, or baked goods. A little goes a long way. There is intense, and the vitamin content is concentrated. Let me talk about the health benefits, because this is where sea buckthorn gets really interesting. The vitamin C content alone is remarkable. Vitamin C supports immune function, skin health, wound healing, and acts as a powerful antioxidant. Sea buckthorn provides more vitamin C than almost any other food. The omega-7 fatty acids are what makes sea buckthorn truly unique. Omega-7, specifically palmitoleic acid, is rare in the plant kingdom. Research suggests it supports cardiovascular health, skin health, and may help with metabolic syndrome. See, buckthorn is one of the richest plant sources. The skin benefits are well documented. Sea buckthorn oil, both applied topically and taken internally, has been shown to improve skin hydration, elasticity, and healing. It's used to treat burns, wounds, eczema, and skin aging. The high carotenoid and vitamin E content protects skin from UV damage and support regeneration. Cardiovascular benefits are emerging in research. The omega fatty acid profile, combined with flavonoids and antioxidants, appears to support healthy cholesterol levels and blood vessel function. Digestive health benefits are traditional knowledge backed by modern research. Sea buckthorn has been used for centuries to treat ulcers, gastritis, and digestive inflammation. Studies confirm protective effects on stomach and intestinal lining. The antioxidant content is extraordinary. Sea buckthorn contains over 100 bioactive compounds with antioxidant properties. This translates to protection against oxidative stress, which underlies many chronic diseases and aging processes. Traditional Chinese medicine uses sea buckthorn for lung health, cough, and respiratory conditions. Tibetan medicine uses it for circulation and digestive disorders. Russian folk medicine uses it for virtually everything: immune support, energy, wound healing, radiation protection. Modern research is validating much of this traditional use. Not all of it. Some claims are exaggerated, but enough that sea buckthorn is now considered a legitimate functional food with measurable health benefits. See, buckthorn represents more than berries. It's recovering lost knowledge. Central Asia and the Himalayas knew its value for centuries. We forgot, now we're remembering. It challenges industrial agriculture, thorny, slow, difficult to process, so modern farming discarded it. But convenience isn't value. It's permaculture in action. Fixes nitrogen, tolerates poor soil, prevents erosion, produces medicine and food, improves degraded land. Multiple benefits. One plant, and it proves home gardens can grow what industrial agriculture won't. Here's the challenge. Order C. Buckthorn from specialty nurseries. 1 tree, Burnt Ridge, Rain Tree. Get 1 male, 2 to 3 females. Plant in full sun, good drainage. Water the first year. By year 4, you'll harvest pounds of berries with 12 times the vitamin C of oranges. You'll be consuming one of Earth's most nutrient-dense foods. Genghis Khan knew this plant. Tibetan monks knew, Soviet cosmonauts knew. Most Western gardeners didn't until now. Now you know. See, Buckthorn proves valuable crops exist outside industrial agriculture's narrow view. Ancient wisdom knew what we're rediscovering. The best foods are sometimes the challenging ones. Every garden where it grows is a victory against forgetting. So, plant it. Wait patiently. And in year 4, when you harvest those bright orange berries, you'll understand what centuries of traditional medicine knew. Some knowledge is worth recovering, some plants are worth the challenge. See, Buckthorn is both lost green knowledge, recovered here, applied in your garden,